Alright, welcome back to episode 37. Yes, that's right, I can count. 37 of Survival. Now, last episode, we worked on this building right here, and it took a while. Um, it took me quite a few weeks, and the episode was longer and also came out later than I had wanted it to. But I think it was worth it because I'm pretty happy with the product. I definitely want to change the roof around because I feel like it's just a little bit awkward. You know, it's completely flat on top, so I think some more shaping and maybe mixing in some mud here could be better because I think mud could be a nice like interspersed block, kind of like I have the terracotta here, which I didn't originally intend the terracotta to be this sparse. I actually wanted it to be the main block of the second story here, but I think it works. Like the granite really works, and then I added some rooted dirt in as well. Because I really like rooted dirt with granite, even if rooted dirt is a weird block to be part of a wall, especially on a mainly stone building, other than the wool here. But we're done with that pretty much, and that's I do need to do the interior, but I'm not going to make a video on that because I feel like that's just a smaller thing. So I'll just probably do a little walk around when I'm done with that interior, and at some point we need to start getting villagers situated because um, I, I'm I'm coming back here because I want to start putting a bunch of stuff under here. You know, I've got this huge area under here that I might as well use for something because it's just free space. I need a better way to get paper because I have the paper farm over in the industrial area that I made a bunch of episodes ago, and I haven't really visited in a while because I haven't had a farm to make. But I need more of this because I mean this is the main way I get paper. The other farm is just for rockets because it all gets auto crafted, well, into only paper, but then I make the rockets over there, and I don't really bring the sugarcane there back for paper. So to get paper for books and trading, I need a bigger farm here, and it won't be auto probably. I think I'll just make it manual because I find it satisfying to kind of break down everything, even if it is a little bit tedious. So that's something I need to do, and then what else am I planning to add under there? The villagers, of course. I'm gonna sort everything out under there and get like a place to breed them, I guess. And put it down under there. Alright. We've got all that in there. Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna start putting like melon, pumpkin farms and stuff like that under here. Just smaller ones, and some of them may be semi-automatic, like I click a button and they do their thing. But that is not what we're doing today. That's just kind of what I'm probably going to do off camera because that's boring. What we are doing today, and look at this. I got free cam. Look at me. Look at this guy. Yeah. Stupid. Okay. But free cam is actually very nice because I can show things off much easier. So, this orange outline has been here for a little while now, and I mentioned expanding this little bay down here. It's not a bay, actually. It's like a pond. I mentioned expanding that, and this is what we're doing today. We're digging out all of that, and probably more, because I might want to dig out some more over here that I didn't mark, and then I think it would, like, I want a lot of room on this river, so I might even expand this side too. So that's kind of the plan here. And then, depending on how it looks, I might even take out this as well. Because my vision is to have like the city is going to expand back this way, right? But then over here, I want to kind of have like a really large bustling dockyard, and then maybe some ships out here. And I think that would be really cool. So, yeah, let's jump back to normal. That's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna work on terraforming everything. We're gonna probably get a cliff right here once I'm done with all this. But yeah, before we can get into the intricate detailing work, we've got to actually clear all this out. So, we're actually going to just jump straight into a time lapse, which I haven't done in a while, and get all of this done. So let's get to work. And we are back. Obviously we are not done, but my shovel is getting kinda close, and I don't really want to chance it. It's also, raining, so figured I should stop since it's raining, because it's just ugly to look at. But I think we're maybe halfway done. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting there. I did not realize how many blocks were actually in this section. I thought this would be a lot quicker, but it is. Obviously, I've had to put all these chests here. Not all of them are full. In fact, only like the first two are, but all of these shulkers are full, and I was like, okay, I am going to have to bring down some double chests, because this is just too many blocks. And obviously, it's only going to become more, and I also missed that tree, apparently, so we're going to have to take that down. But this is really clogging up my inventory. I mean, hold on. Oh, wrong button. I was doing this one. Yeah, so I with the wood, with all the trees I took down, I already have my spruce and dark oak log chests up there completely full, so that's awesome. I've obviously, since I live in a taiga and dark oak biome, I've always had issues with those, because every time I clear out some, well, they fill up everything, and I haven't really built enough with them to fix that problem. So I guess I just need to really try and incorporate dark oak and spruce into more of the builds. But I think we're getting some good progress done. I just wanted to check in before we go for the final stretch here. And the thing is, like, half of the blocks I've mined here, I'm sure have despawned, because, I mean, there's just no way to make sure you've picked up everything, which I usually try and do, because I like to hoard blocks, because, I mean, it's a lot of stone here, but you never know when you could need this much stone. I could have a really big terraforming project somewhere way down the line, and I might want this for it, but I've just not. I know that I've left some stuff to despawn, and these guys, I had to make a new hole for. It's even lower than this one. Yeah, so I knew we were going to end up mining into my little hole over here. And this is not the only part that we're actually going to end up digging down into. Make this all nice and clean. There we go. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to end up, just kind of slightly encroaching, on my mine, because I have had this chamber down here with my wheat and stuff, but I haven't used, like, any of this in ages. I've had no need for this. So, honestly, getting rid of all this is completely fine. The only part that I still kind of use is over here, because it has a bunch of, I actually could have grabbed the chest from here, because a lot of these are empty, but it has a bunch of deep slate that I'm saving. So that's really the only part I need, and then here I sometimes use still. But I don't go into my mine much anymore. So, yeah, messing up with the cow farm and like everything over here doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, and it'll be nice to actually get rid of it, because I've kind of been meaning to do that. And this hole under the ground just has not been working. It's just not it. And this is actually really nice and easy to get rid of here, because it's 1 block thick. Yeah, let me just get rid of all of this. Oh, Now, the important thing is that we'll just leave that for later. I'll come back to that. But the important thing is that we're not done here. This is only to the water level. But of course, I want to go lower, and I'm actually gonna have to like terraform under here as well, which is going to be honestly really annoying to do. And that's gonna take a while. I probably won't fill everything up with water today. Because I just don't know how long that's gonna take. Also, I miscalculated with the beacons here, and it's quite difficult to get haste over here. So I guess I need a third beacon. I mean, there's not much work to do right here. Just gotta shave off some bits. Yeah, that's good. So, I'm going to go and repair up my tools, and we'll I mean, for you, we'll just jump straight back into digging everything out, and, yeah, we'll probably get it finished up, at least this side. I did decide, I think I am definitely going to work on this side just a little bit, but that's for later. So, yeah, let's get back to work. Alright, we have finished digging this out, and I mean, wow. Wow, that took a while. I honestly wish I had looked at my stats before I started digging all this, because they're probably very different now. This part is going to be widened like even more. I think everything within the orange is going to be water, so we still have a lot more to dig. None of this is going to be shore. It's all water. So I might just do that on my own here. But oh man, that despawned right as I got to it. It's funny. We have filled up like 4 of these shulker boxes, and then got all the way to the 6th one here. So yeah, I do want to quickly look. Okay, so that was about 8,000 stone we just mined. Because I think I was close to like 100,004, and then times used. The pickaxe got a pretty big boost there. I think it was 20,000 that we just did, because before it was roughly half how much I've used the diamond. So yeah, pretty big difference. I don't remember what dirt was before, but we definitely... I wonder, how far up is Podzol now? Because surely... Okay, it's fairly high up. There was a lot of Podzol that we got rid of. But I can't believe how empty it looks now. I mean, I guess it does make sense. And obviously, these are not going to stay this way. I'm going to have to shave all this down because I want more of a gradual decline. I don't want to do just cliffs, because if you just do cliffs, then it's not cool to look at the cliffs anymore, because they're everywhere. So I want to use like the cliff faces kind of sparingly, and I've been using a lot over on this side. So I think if we have a gradual descent along here, this might be a cliff because that's actually a lot of blocks. So I might continue it all the way along here, but I want over there definitely to be more gradual. But I've got to repair my shovel before we do any of that. It's under 200 durability. So I will be back when I've kind of... I mean, now we've got to start expanding this a little bit here. Honestly, I we could just send it on another time lapse and dig out everything. I think. Oof. I don't know though. I mean, we've already done 2. I think I will just pick back up when we've gotten some progress on mining out behind here, and then I'll explain kind of what we're gonna do from there. Alright, so I started shaving off the top layer, and I realized I went about this completely wrong. If I need to dig out the main, like, inside bit of this, I really shouldn't be expanding the water yet, because it's going to be a lot tougher with the water here. So I'm gonna block this back up and sponge it so the water's gone again. But like I don't know why I decided to do it this way. Yeah, we're gonna get some sponge, which I think I have. Oh my goodness, I need to empty this out first. Wow. I don't think there's blocks over there that are gonna despawn. It doesn't really matter. I don't like need any of this. I have so much spruce. I could do with some of it not existing. Oh wow, there's quite a few. I guess I'll pick them up. But yeah, I'm doing this harder, not smarter, so we should change this. We should do it smarter, not harder. Sand is good. I need to get a reliable dye system going, because I have a wool farm set up for every color, but I need a way to just get the dyes themselves. And I have a way for the big plants, but I need like maybe an ink farm and a cactus farm, and what else? How, I suppose, to farm gray dye, you would just, well, to farm the grays, all you would need is black and white, right? Because if you add one white dye to one gray dye, you get light gray, right? Yes. Okay. So, yeah, all I really need would be an ink farm, and then I think I could get everything. The cactus too. But, yeah, I mean, blue is easy. I don't really need a farm for that, because I have a ton of lapis. I mean, that's so much dye there. And I don't really need to use it for enchanting other than the times I could get stuck in a death loop and lose my stuff 4 times in one day. That hasn't happened yet, but there's probably... I mean, I've gotten close. It's been at least 3 times in one day. I'm not kidding. Yeah, this is why I had to quit hardcore. I used to try, but I mean, there's just no way for me to actually survive longer than a couple of episodes. Where's the sand? I just ran away from it. But I have a bunch of sand in there from the beach all the way over in that direction. I could definitely use the glass. What was I looking for? Sponge, yes. I have quite a few. That's good. We can just put those in there. I think hose breaks sponge the quickest. There we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That all went back into place. Ugh. The heck? Okay, so what you have to do with sponge is like, oh my god, you've got to section bits off. Oh, goodness. This is why ocean monuments are such a pain. Alright, well, I am going to work on removing the water here, and I'll be back when that's all done, because this is going to be pretty annoying, I think. Alright, so, I was going to, talk about the hole that we've dug here, but these guys have been spawning in this hole way more than I feel like they usually spawn around here. And I'm not sure why. This is like the fourth pillager group that spawned in the hole. And it's annoying because I get a bunch of unstackable items. And they clog everything up. But we, for context, are going to take a quick look at the statistics here. Last time, earlier in the episode, we looked, and I had used a netherite pickaxe around 120,000 times, which is quite a lot. A little over half of how many times I've used a diamond pickaxe, 200,000. But now we are at 143,000. So, definitely a lot of stone mined in the hole here. And there's still more, because I'm kind of working on tapering out these sides here. Because, free cam again, they're going to go more into the center of this, and it's not going to be this little tiny water-filled crevice anymore. It's going to be a very large bay. And like I said, I need to, this is all going to be a cliff face. And then these sides are going to be tapered off. So I'm going to have to take down even more trees. So I can make these gradual. That's what I'm working on now. I'm not sure what we're going to do about filling everything in with water, though. We'll see. I know it's probably going to be a very annoying process. And honestly, I'm going to have to clear out some blocks here, too, because this is a lot less deep than I want it to be. It's only one block. I didn't know it was like that, honestly. This whole time, I thought that area was pretty deep. Turns out it was not. That thing's also floating now, which is funny. So we're gonna work on getting everything looking nice and gradual. Make it look like a riverbed. And then once we have the terrain shape in, we're going to go and replace it all with dirt. And then once we put the water in, we can turn it all to mud. Because I think that is just one of the better blocks to have at the bottom of a river. Because well, it makes sense. Because mud is in the bottom of rivers. I know. Shocking. But it also just looks very nice and dark. It makes the water look dark. With shaders, it isn't really a problem because you don't see under the water with shaders, but which is what I play with off camera. But everything recorded is without shaders, and so without shaders, rivers look a lot better when you've just got the mud. Because, I mean, look at all this. It's garbage everywhere. There's like 20 different blocks in this river here. So, yeah, we're gonna work on that. Alright, I've been kind of shaping the basin of the river here. I think that's the right term, or at least one you can use. and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it definitely works. I managed to get it here, and then I'll kind of dig this down once we connect the two sections to make it more fit this area. And then I still need to do this side where even more pillagers are. I don't know if I mentioned, but like they just keep spawning. I might have had to re-record the clip where I first mentioned that. I'm not sure, because I did have to re-record something. But I do need to, because I'm planning like cliffside here, but then kind of gradual once we get to this side. So I need to shave this down again. And it's actually really shocking how much higher up this section is compared to the water level. I did not realize that it was so high up. I really never felt this high up when up on my hill here. But wait, what? Excuse me? Why is there a skeleton horse? Wait, hold on. This guy's mine. Surely I have a saddle somewhere. Yes. I've never seen one of these. Oh my god! I didn't know they did that. Wow. Oh no! No! Sweeping edge! Why? Oh, he's alive, he's fine. I've got 4 now! Okay, well, this one's kinda slow. Oh, they have very little health. Alright. I should have a couple more saddles. I suppose this is one way to get rid of all of my horse stuff up here. I think the only thing I'm still storing in here is a bunch of horse junk. I thought I had more than that, but I guess not. My other saddles must be up in the big building, I suppose. Well, I wonder if they're all the same speed. That would kind of suck. I don't know. My windmill and my starter house look so out of place now. It's sad. I mean, I'm ready to move them. I think it's what has to be done, but I think if I ever make another world, I want to keep my starter base. Unlike I kind of did with this world. They're probably just lying around in junk chests. Or junk shulkers. I know I have some back here. Yep, 1 and 2. That clears up some room. I think they're all the same speed, and this guy's almost dead. But, wait, pretty good jump. Yeah, they're very slow. You know what? I'm going to put them all in a hole. That's the theme of this episode. Just digging a bunch of holes. Even small ones. I should fit all these guys. Alright. Lost the other two. Thought I could hop off and out of the hole. Clearly not. Alright. You're coming with me. Cool. That works. Alright. Now that that little detour is done, yeah, let's just get rid of some of the dirt up here, honestly. All right, look at this. We've got all the grass placed here, which it's not going to be grass, really. I mean, up here is, but down here, hopefully, well, not hopefully, it is going to happen. Once we put the water in, it's going to turn into dirt again, because grass does not stay grass underwater. And see, I think I've probably already put the clip in. I haven't recorded it yet, so who knows, I may forget. But I put the clip in where I said my second time lapse on the digging did not record. I also had a time lapse where I placed all this grass and finished up the shaping here on the terrain, but neither one of those two ended up working. So, you know what we say? We say, boo! Boo replay mod! Not actually, because it's honestly probably user error on my part, but it was a little annoying. However, it's fine, because we did make progress still. It just wasn't visible. So, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much at the end here. I want to save the water putting inification until next time, and we'll get that finished up quickly, and then we can focus on the more intricate terraining, which I think I've already said. Honestly, it's been a little while since I recorded the bulk of the video. I'm just doing some finishing up clips right now the next day, so I don't remember exactly what I've mentioned so far. But that's about it. One last thing I want to do before we go is look at the map that we've got down in the basement, just for some context. Now, obviously, we made this map back on episode 31, but the point of it is to be episode 30, because it's basically the same as episode 30. I don't think we did much between those two that would have made the map look any different. But ever since we made it, or I made it, I guess, the plan is to make a new one every 10 episodes. So, once we get to episode 40, which is coming up pretty soon, in the next, 2 or 3 episodes, we're going to put one right here, which is probably going to have to be a 3x4, because I think the lake that we're doing right now, or is really technically like a bay, kind of. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. Because it's like, it's just this really weird part of the river that I'm making. But that's going to be, expanded to here, and I think it might go off this map, so we're probably going to have to add another row there. But, yeah, just for context, this is what it looked like before. Now it's a bunch of stone. And by the end, it will just be a bunch of water here, and then obviously the city foundation is going to be like this entire map, or at least close to it. And honestly, back here hasn't changed much at all. I need to figure out what I'm doing there. And I really I really need to finish this roof. I've been putting that off. Alright, sorry. Sorry if that cut was a little abrupt. I realized I just started rambling on about the map, which is not what we need right now. So I cut myself off in post. But anyways, outro. So, thank you for watching, if you watched all the way through, or if you just skipped through even, because, I mean, while it's a little less valid, it's still a view. And I understand not watching like a 40-minute long video all the way through. However, thank you both ways, and have a great rest of your day. We'll finish things up next time, and then I honestly don't know what I have planned after that, but yeah, that's all gonna come in the future.